All right, this is this is Lizzo. All right, Lizzo. Right, I've made a Lizzo video in years. Okay, that I don't even think I made one when she got Me Too'd and shit for doing weird shit with her employees. Yeah, she got Me Too'd and shit. She dropped off and she popped up and shit. She lost some weight and they want to make a big deal out of it and shit. But I'm looking at it, I don't see much of a difference and whatnot. I still see a very lazy, thirsty woman and shit. A female, excuse me, not a woman. Okay, not a woman and shit. And for years she been fat as fuck. Not even the fattest chick that you could ever see and shit. You know, not even the fattest chick, man. Just the clout. You know, being a clout critter, a premier clout critter, just chasing it, just doing, posting thirst traps and shit. You know, I don't have no problem with the fucking thirst traps. There's always some brother out there that's gonna lay up with that shit. Okay, all right. There's always some brother gonna lay up with her shit, but that's not what she wants. Okay, she wants to get the high value men and shit. I hate using that term too, throwing up in my mouth. It's all bullshit. You have no value and shit. So what do you have to barter with? Okay, you're for the fucking streets and shit. I'm not even slut shaming you. Okay, you're just annoying as fuck. Right? And I was watching a video by Passport OG, where a lot of women were talking shit and this thing, this picture was the centerpiece of that. That along with some lyrics for a song that she had where she was, it's basically lyrically speaking, it's her getting her lick back for being non-select and shit. I think she went up to people like, shot at Chris Evans, some other, white dudes and shit. She shot at Blueface. She wasn't worried about Christian Rock, obviously. And, he didn't respond. If he did, we don't know. And it's like she act like she could never get any guys to hook up with her. She had a stick on her shoulder. She'd write these rueful things. It was all her own self, inflicted psychosis. No one cared. Like you're just annoying as fuck. You're always twerking and you had no ass. Like she had this flat ass that I'm sure you can see both holes back there. And it's just like, damn, it's so fucking annoying. Why can't you just shut up and enjoy the moment and shit? Live your motherfucking life, you know? So we got this weight loss picture. I'm looking at the weight loss picture. She's a little bit smaller than she was before. All right, there's no, even if she lost even more weight, I would still probably find her annoying and shit because she'd be out there looking to get her lick back. She's still gonna be out there for the streets. That's a mistake they make. They don't change anything on the inside. So she took a bunch of Ozempic and shit. Here we are. And instead of her boobs being under her armpits, they're a little bit closer together because she's smaller. Right? And she hasn't, I'm like, hey, stay on your routine and shit, tighten that shit up, man. You still look like somebody stick a pin in you and you'll pop. Right? Yeah, she's running to the social media to get some kind of clout. Look at me, I'm skinny now. I'm like, yeah, what happened to all that size grow that size acceptance bullshit you talk. Right? My 29 to 30 years in the West Coast and shit, I've seen a lot of very large, very attractive women and shit that didn't act like Lizzo and shit. And they always had dudes on them and shit. They had some jealous motherfuckers on them too. I had a dude chasing me at a work function and shit because I was standing too close to his wife. He was an African guy, by the way, and shit. He didn't get within a few feet of me and shit. I wasn't playing with his ass. You know, his wife was bigger than Lizzo at her biggest and shit. It was like a giant pear-shaped chick with some long legs. I didn't give a fuck. We was just friends. You know, we just friends. I'm not shitting on it though. I don't get down like that. Right? I fucked up once in my life, and I just, getting back to Lizzo. Let's stop. She's still annoying. I don't know why she's standing here in her underwear. She couldn't, find some kind of workout clothes to put on. She want to post that thirst trap. And it's legitimate now. These women hate themselves and shit. It's not just the business they're in and shit. It's who they are. She's unfulfilled and she doesn't have the emotional intelligence of us should be so bold to get, comprehensive therapeutic treatment and shit for her issues. Right? She's an accomplished musician with a flute. I think it's a flute or a clarinet or something she plays. She can probably shove that up where the sun don't shine, and she hasn't already done that several times before, shit. But she just, bought the whole bag of bullshit, and I hate it. Like when she was a fat blimp, she had like this really balloony shit, these long legs, and she looked like this shit I saw in a cartoon called The Yellow Submarine. Like these fucked up characters. She had like a big replica of her giant ass. It's not even a good ass, man. It's a flat ass. Okay, I want them to stop. A lot of large women stop using the term BBW because of women like Lizzo and shit. All right, there's big, voluptuous women that look good and shit. Then you got fucking Lizzo and shit, and any goddamn size. All right, and I'm tired of the caping, and I'm tired of the bullshit, the shaming. You do it to yourself. No man did shit to you. You're a celebrity. You can get guys and shit. You just can't get the ones you want because they can pick any woman they want. They have to pick of the litter. Why would they pick you? Even a smaller you is still annoying and shit. All right. And then forget this thing. She was doing a workout video or something, faking a funk. Clout chasing and shit. And she was talking like all earnest and shit. And right in the middle of that, she said, "If you don't like what I'm doing, then fuck you and shit." She just had some little hand weights and shit. I was like, bitch. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I've been with some my share of Lizzos and shit. Okay. All right. It was built much better than you, looked better than you. All right. Unfortunately, the most voluptuous of them was a Dominican and shit. It is what it is, right? I want to tell motherfuckers to get no passport or nothing, but a lot of the women in what is supposed to be our ethnic community are simply neurotic and shit and not worth it. Right? Not worth it, man. You just want to fucking, have a day out with another person and shit and enjoy your life and shit and experience things. And you got some bitch with a head up her ass and a fucking phone in one hand with some acrylic nails on that. She always taking a picture. They're always doing that shit, taking a motherfucking picture. Right? To become a meme, become a living meme. And she was a pariah. She thinks she's gonna lose enough weight to sneak in the door that's been cracked and left open for her to sneak in the back door on this platform now. Like, how's she gonna explain it to all the, lazy, fat ass bitches that don't want to do nothing for themselves health wise? All right, ladies, it's real simple shit. But a lot of you gonna run and get those Ozempic shots and shit. You can just change your motherfucking diet and shit. You can change 60 to 50% of your diet and drop as much weight as Lizzo. Drink a ton of water, get some exercise, stop being fucking sedentary, get off the social media shit, find something to occupy your mind. Find something positive to do with yourself and shit. Stop making fucking excuses. All right, I'm 56, goddammit. I can say that shit. It's okay if you don't respect me. I'm used to that shit. But don't expect me to lie to your ass and shit and tell you you are something you are not, okay? Lizzo is not select at any size because of her fucking attitude, alright? Because of her attitude, not even because of her body count or anything. She can always get lazy when she's a fat ass blimp. I'll never forget the image I saw on Instagram, a video of her and a bunch. She had gathered a bunch of large, rotundous women and shit. Mostly black, one white and a couple of Latinas in there. That's always gonna they're gonna get picked first over her. And they were in the intersection somewhere. It looked like Melrose or something. They was singing the Let's Hear It for the Big Girls. What are you gonna sing now at them fucking concerts since you took your Ozempic shot? What are you gonna sing now? Alright? I'm not even gonna dignify your new song by playing a clip of it in the opening credits and shit. It's just gonna be a raw cut. Alright? It's a raw cut, man. So, what is your motherfucking worth? It's the same as it was when you were a fat chick. You were a bust down and shit. You're somebody that I call after midnight. Or somebody that I creep out at before around 4:50 in the morning and shit, okay? Right? That's when you're going to breakfast and shit, before 5 a.m. Right? After we go to an Airbnb because you ain't coming to my motherfucking house. This is 2025 and shit. We had to move like we're running a business because you guys turned everything into a transaction, even your fucking weight loss. Right? Hey, why you always be up here naked and shit? Why can't you put on something like some kind of badass outfit, some kind of sleek outfit that would make you look much better than us just seeing what you look like with your clothes off, with some of the air sucked out of your motherfucking ass. Still, kind of, you need to tighten up, girl. Okay? And the only reason I'm saying that is because you put this shit out for public consumption. So this raw shit. I wasn't gonna call it a clapback. It's just, I don't know, being constructively deconstructive and shit. Not constructively deconstructive in 10 minutes or less and shit. Kings, you could benefit from being unapologetically masculine.